Okay. So, yeah, I should probably do like a stream starting soon page, actually, thinking about it. Because it takes a minute sometimes to actually get the stream started and connected. Right, well that looks like it says it's going. Right, yeah, but I don't actually want to watch my live stream because I am on mobile internet. So, minimal bandwidth required. I gotta save it all. I just dropped it down from full HD to 720. And that appears to not be giving me a constant warning that YouTube's not getting enough video. So, that'll do for now. And start my playlist, which, headphones only, folks, I'm afraid. Let's see, I should probably, may as well show you guys the desktop that I'm working on. So yeah, there's my stream, and pop out chat. Yeah, of course you don't actually resize them both as you kind of should if they're docked together like that. There we go. That's not what we want to look at anyway, is it? We want main desktop. Did I swap to my main desktop? Yes, I did. Okay, Funkadelic. My coding thing. What am I doing this morning? I don't know. Just chatting. I've had my cup of tea, which was Earl Grey, so not Yorkshire. I do have Yorkshire tea. I do like Yorkshire tea. I also have Aldi brand Diplomat decaf for the evenings, and this is coffee. So I'm afraid the spiffing Brit. I'm not a spiffing Brit. I am simply a semi-Brit. I'm a half American and half English. The microphone gets in the way of drinking. No, I'm not really like a pro media presenter or anything. Good lord, it's a little loud, can't hear. Not that loud, it'll be fine, but I can't hear myself talk as well as I'd like. Okay, it's weird. Anyway, what am I want to do? Right, well I want to be able to have both of the things that I'm doing on screen for the user. Potentially. But my second page really is, well, my second screen. Well, I can do both screens. I've got that set up, haven't I? Yeah, so that button. Yeah, I set up a shortcut, right? So laptop screen primary. There we go. Desktop primary, don't we? Yeah. Right, so this is my copyrighted code. Yada yada that I've been working on. But really, I think I kind of need a new page, so we need to change this. I use Visual Studio Code because free, open source, good IDE. I did try most stuff like Sublime Text, probably would have been a close runner-up, but like, it's just a text editor. It's quite a powerful text editor. It's a very powerful text editor, but it is somewhat lacking in IDE functionality, or certainly it was. I mean, like when I checked it, and it's not free, and I don't have very much money. And this is better. It's still just as light. I need something really lightweight. Like I tried Atom as well, and like I couldn't run Atom because it was too slow on my computer. I have like more powerful computer under my desk. Oh no, in the spare room. I moved it because it doesn't work anyway. So yeah. Oh, sorry, it's morning. I don't normally wake up anywhere near this early. I just woke up and I thought I want to be productive. And now that I'm sat down and live, I'm all nervous and I don't know what to say or do. Yeah, okay. So we want to rename this. Let's call utils.php. Kind of the vague subject of what I was working on. And then we need a new index file. Let's go to utils and snag it, because we're going to want most of the stuff. Well, some of it anyway. I don't know. What do we need? Oh, I discovered there's actually a shortcut to hide that, and I like the full screen mode. Not quite Zen mode. Me. Any hoodles, right? So probably going to be using pure components at some point. I will probably be putting icons in at some point. But hey, you know, I'm not yet. Why have I got the author in as Excalibrate? Surely that should just be Nicholas Hurd. Do both, whatever. Middle name included, why not? Oh no. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Leave the middle name. If I'm putting the middle name there, let's put it in the copyright as well. Yeah, I like the name Excalibrate. Sure, it's kind of, you know, there's the sword Excalibur, and yeah, I was quite young when I picked it. Originally it was Excalibur 256. Whatever, you know, I kind of needed a number because it's not the most unique thought of usernames. But then the Excalibur, you know, caliber being spelled like the word caliber would be, and the X being first. I like finishing it with 8 because I actually changed that to the word calibrate, because like a lot of programming is effectively calibration, or whatever. Yeah. I want the general and the navbar CSS files. This will get more refined. Don't think I need card. I won't go with the card CSS file at the moment. Don't currently want a navbar. And I want a new JavaScript file. This is the problem with like changing names of things. I should really change index.js to utils.js and change this one back to, or put them in separate folders and just call it main.js or whatever. Let's call it stream. Alright, it's not going live. It's just a web server on my local thing. So actually, let's. Huh? Okay, that shouldn't. That's in the wrong location. Let's rename this back. We'll keep this as just the index.php, and you can actually be deleted because you're in the wrong folder. I wish, like, I always use Shift Delete to do a permanent deletion, but Visual Studio Code doesn't support it. It's just the only use of the recycle bin that I make, which is just like programs that force you to use the recycle bin. Alright, so we want public new file. And we'll just call this stream.php. Didn't I? How did that all disappear? Oh, I deleted it, didn't I? I'm a numpty. Right, copy and paste it again and re-edit it again. CSS files. Don't currently need modal or actually window or no. Or navbar really. So general. What's general in card? So I want people to be able to have my music on in the background because that's like the environment that I'm in. But I can't like broadcast YouTube, which I'm pretty sure includes on YouTube. But I can embed it. So if I go to my page, then I can embed my video and embed the video that I had playing and sync the time indexes. So you could listen along. I won't be broadcasting YouTube. I'll be linking YouTube so they can broadcast themselves. I think that should get around it. Listen along with me by listening to what I was listening to, which you're allowed to listen to anytime you want. Might have to watch an ad. But if I broadcast it, I can't link that into the ad system apparently. It'd be a lot of work. It'd be pretty faffy. Anyway. I don't want to talk now. Now, did I have... But I'm sure that I... it'll be in one of these in my little history folder. Was it second.php? It might have been. This was still using Bootstrap. I moved off Bootstrap because it's far too annoying for me. It's like, alright, this stuff looks great. Yeah. And then as soon as you try and do like any of your own CSS and any tweaks or, you know, something completely separate, it's just like none of the stuff and, you know, you go find an example off of, like, for a standard JavaScript thing and try and put it in, it's like, nah, it doesn't work, you're running Bootstrap. It's just like, Bootstrap just looks good, but if you're going to use anything else at the same time, you're going to have to do some seriously heavy work to it to make them compatible with each other, because Bootstrap is just Bootstrap. You're going to make a Bootstrap site. Make no mistake, it's not your site that uses Bootstrap. It's a frickin' Bootstrap site that you have to comply with how it works. I mean, you don't. You can spend 4 times as long making your code work with it, but I'd rather just use something simple that provides the styles that I want instead of completely rewriting the coding system that I'm using, basically. And standard positioning and everything just stops working. Clear fixes don't sort out your issues. Okay, so this is my initial notes system. Okay, so I have div-id player. Pardon me. That is the important bit, along with button play and button stop. It was a very minimal level of integration that I had going. Go. So we've got, don't need the modal, that was entirely separate. So you can see my current thingy is much cleaner. I've just got my own navigation bar. All of the functionality for like the window JavaScript component and the notes and stuff are built into those mostly, so I only need index.js to be included, and index.js is a module going with the new modular format. Like, as a proper programmer, I'm like, oh yeah, this is like doing real code. JavaScript has a tendency to be a little bit frustrating for me. And just like, okay, well, I suppose it works. So, you know, you just like take the HTML file and just like you've got to smack all of your code units into there. Not necessarily you can use something like require.js, but I didn't see the point in using something like require.js. It was like, well, I'm going to do that. I'll just write a function to do it myself. So it's basically just like add a new script tag, and so it is still just like import it straight onto the page with a script tag. But you can just like launch one script tag from the HTML that you send out, and then you can dynamically add script tags using the JavaScript in the one that you already linked. This feels more programmatic. I don't know, you know, it's not as supported by all browsers, so I assume it is actually a little bit different. And from what I understand, like, you know, once I've imported Xe8 window, as many units as I import it into, it's already been loaded, and it's not going to go fetch it again. And I'm like, yes, that is what I want. That is how it should work. Well done. Okay. What am I doing? Don't destroy my history. Right, just highlight the bit that I need to pay attention to, which is like ridiculously simple. Let's just grab it out. I'm just going to put it in the raw body. I will put it in main. I'm not really sure. I would like to get around the need to have an ID on the component. Okay, so the second JS will have the actual related code on YouTube, iframe API ready, blah 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 blah. Stream.js can have that. Right, well, I'll work on moving this into a module later. To just do the code first, and then make it into a component. Feel the shift in the air with me, and the light is what you can't see. So yes, as I 10 past 8 in the morning, goodness me. I normally wake up about 9:30, but I just like woke up with my head full of stuff that I wanted to do. Right, let's see, what do we want here? Okay, I have a need to find my other stuff. Laptop stream view, have a quick little pop-up. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Yeah, okay, good. I guess I need a new tab, do I? Middle mouse button doesn't work on there. Middle mouse button does work on there. Okay, fantastic. I love the middle mouse button. Open in new tab, by the way. Click that shit. Oops. Swore. Sorry. Not badly. It wasn't in a really profane way, just a bit common. I don't know, some people are a bit uptight. Don't accept any form of it. So, content, which used to be called videos, last time I was in here. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. My ridiculously boring video. And some private ones as well. I don't really want it there. Yeah, that's what I'm after the video link. Why has it got this and feature equals u2.be? What's the point? I'm pretty sure that's all I need. It's going to take a while because I am streaming out as well as streaming music in, so on a 4G connection. What are you thinking? thinking I don't have a lot of money and it's 20 quid a month for like all the phone calls, text messages and internet that I could possibly want to use. Works for me. I can afford the internet again. Hurrah! Right. I'm gonna have to get the YouTube player information up. Because, yeah. Let's see if I can find a proper YouTube link. YouTube embedder players and player parameters. Awesome, I think that sounds like what I want. Might be the API reference for iframe embeds that I'm more after. Yeah, I'm currently doing it through the iframe player API. Right, video ID. See, that was a little reference that I wanted, because I'm currently putting in list. And now I want to put in video ID. With a capital I, right? Did I? Where did I find that video ID? Oh, that was it. Yeah, and it is capital. Okay. And then I believe I had copy pasted. So there, that's a short link. We don't need index if we're just doing a single video. We don't want list type playlist. I've got width and height set to 100%. Interesting. And actually video ID doesn't go in player vars, it's just a raw. So I have controls off, modest branding 1, place in line 1. Origin document.location.host. Yeah, wherever this code's coming from, buddy. I'll paste that in everywhere and it'll work. Oh, upcoming alarm. Let's turn. I didn't actually turn it off. I don't want to turn it off. I want it to go off again tomorrow. I don't want to have to turn it on again after the time goes on fast. Anyway, yeah. Got on ready. I swear, I didn't think that my headphones would block my phone going off. I was like, I can definitely sense a phone doing its brrr, brrr, which is what mine does when the alarm goes off. It said it was coming up soon, but not yet. Yeah, like in an hour or something. So I don't have anything on Fridays, so happy Friday! I'm unemployed. Days are all just a big blur. On state change. If it's queued, if it's buffering, playing, paused, ended. I have some stuff. I don't think I really. No, I would mess around with stuff before. I don't particularly need to save. I would quite. Could be nice. Come back to the web page and have saved where you were at on the video that's hosted there. Especially if there's going to be multiple videos, so keep them in sync. Inside your darkness. Right, anyway. It's you and me, eternity was the line that just went past. So I'll see if I can keep two videos in sync, make sure that they're shadows. Okay, I might. Oh, I've still got the other. Let's put the desktop back as the primary screen. I think, hopefully I'll be able to get into the habit of, like, when I switch my focus, push a button, so it makes it more obvious where I'm focused. Right, where we're working on boring code that everybody wants to watch, don't they? Yeah. So, well, I don't want it functional, that's for sure. If the state is paused, then okay. Yeah, so we do want that. We do want that, but we don't want that functional. Is every 5 seconds enough? Let's have it monitor the video that it's playing every 1 second. That's pretty conservative for computer timings. And then if we pause it, clear the interval, and delete it. What's clear interval? Of course, yeah. Clear interval is definitely a global function. Because I was thinking of timeouts. It's like, no, I've set up an interval, not a timeout. Let's move those over to. I try and keep reference stuff over here. Your voice in the static, your skin on my skin like a magnet. I won't look down when we crash. I got a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I hurt you, but it's nice this time of year. You turn my world on its axis. Blah blah. Yeah, where anything happens. Tell me alone in my heart. We're taking off. And we got play pause, stop video, all those. Ooh, pardon me. So, I don't need Quick Notebook. I rather suspect. This is an interesting way of doing it. I don't need to be seeing that anymore either. Go away. Original copy of that code. So. Okay, I had that called BG Player because I was messing around with having a video background to the actual entire web page, and just like you could plop cards on top of it and stuff. That was just an alternative way of putting my stream tunes on, rather than having like a picture-in-picture pop-up window showing the stream, slightly covering the the web page that I was working on, I was able to keep my web page up and have my notes and stuff on top of it. But it was pointless because it's like, you know, you're constantly refreshing the page and that interrupts the music stream. That's not really what you're after. Certainly not what I was after. I don't really need those terms of service notes. I'm not really ready to type in stream. So stream.php to be first. We're not after index.js, we're after stream.js. And I'm pretty sure that in actual fact, I'm just trying to decide whether or not I should really be adding an event listener for DOM content loaded so that I can add the script that loads the YouTube iframe API. Shouldn't really need it. I should just be able to pop it in here. Yeah, let's just go with that. That should be fine. And then this stream.js isn't a module yet. Might be later, we'll find out. So, we now have a div for the player, iframe. I'm going to go with YTV for YouTube video, YTV main. And I am potentially interested in having YTV playlist or YTV playing. Now I no longer I don't know if I should probably shouldn't keep fixed position either, should I? Really? Definitely don't want to mess with their Z index. I get the feeling a lot of web programmers would frown at me for using fixed positioning. It's a valid position option. I need more copy. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I loved everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Actually, let's go with top. We can have right. I don't code align my style tags. Particularly, it tends to just be a temporary thing until I work out what I want to do in a class. That's not what I'm after.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.
New tab.
Kids screaming in their cradles.
This is not going to be anywhere near functional.
Some days I
Should be S. Local. Local SSL. Because this is obviously, I don't own the domain this.pc. That's not a real domain. That's my computer. Stream.php. Theoretically we should hit something. Yep, that's it. Nothing there. Alright. But interestingly,
hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell.
Does this? I might not. Maybe I added this in separately because it doesn't fire. Oh, well, it's not going to work anyway because I don't have X. I guess we're making it a module then.
Just wanna be carefree lately, yeah. Just kicking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pockets. Counting like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied places, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Okay, and then we do want an on-DOM content loaded. Oh, let's get rid of full word matching. Which is DOM content loaded, just I'm calling it an on. So, init page. There it is. Just strip out everything we don't need. Why have you... Okay, no, that's fine. I was wondering why it is indented. It's not. Oh. So, I'm not after local storage of notebooks in here. Don't need to toggle a nav bar, don't have one. Really? Is that the rest of it all just that? Adamant listener. You should be here. Yeah, okay. Well, looks like the lot gone. Needs those still, really. So what we want to do is we want to add some event listeners for play and pause. Why did I keep that at all? I was like, oh, that needs those. I don't need that. So, stream of consciousness programming at an hour and a half before I'm normally awake. Weird. So, she's not BG player for one thing. I'm pretty sure that is getting assigned in the on YouTube iframe API ready, which I rather suspect is not going to fire, to be honest. So actually, I can't. Well, no, I can assign these, but they're kind of risky. So I should check. Not 100% sure if that's a good way of doing it. But anyway, let's tag it as main player. Now let's call him the same thing, YTV main. As long as I remember. Second thing's really X and X dot. Was it playlist? I don't actually remember making that so big. Yeah, let's call it playlist. A bit generic. I'll call it YTV Tunes. Not going to be no other appropriate time for playing 2 streams at once. So, you know, if you can. You know what? I'll be annoying. Even to myself, split that out and say, no, I'm not going to check X twice, check once to see if X exists, and then I can just have each of these be a check to see if the individual player also exists. You know what, I could even do a little bit more efficient than that. Do var mode, I always prefix equals e.target. Play. No, that is going too far. Just because I'm having accessing it all twice. Okay, so yeah, what I should do is actually have this up here. Yeah, no, let's put it back for a moment to rip it all out again for a moment. I was designing it a little bit backwards because we just need to have this. Oh, tunage. And if the button says play and the YTV main player is assigned, there's not necessarily actually like a respectable song as such, but it's a nice little beat. Yeah, so we went exactly the same line again, except neither of them really want to be that line. This one wants to be YTV main.play video, and this one wants to be a giant belch. No, it doesn't really. Sorry, pardon me. Come on, I haven't even got dressed yet properly. So, just in a robe, it's wizard mode. That's what I call it. It's not true. I don't believe in magic. I believe in God. I suppose that leads to some possibilities for magic. If God abhors sorcerers, well, I mean, I'm a programmer. I really dislike source errors. I'm not sure if we have the same context on that. Anyway. Hang on. Have you got all that spare space after? Trim that white space. Okay, so now the play pause button should play and pause both videos. You do the same to stop. That should be a little bit quicker. If X. Okay. Well, that's always stop. So we just do if X stop YTV main. Then X dot YTV main dot stop video. Copy. Should press backspace before pasting. Whatever. In case of pressing Control left backspace afterwards. Not too big a difference. Okay. So I actually rather suspect that I was specifically loading the script tag in the, as a response to the DOM content loaded to make sure that I got the on YouTube iframe API ready event. Oh, that's interesting. I actually don't think I'm going to be able to if I do this script as a module. So Google are a big part of making the ES6 standard and introducing modular programming, but if you use modular JavaScript in your because modules don't make their functions available on the global stack. So, like, if I follow Google's advice, I can't use YouTube's framework. Or can I? Let me just see what the internet thinks about this. YouTube iframe API from JavaScript to ES6 module. YouTube iframe API in ES6 modules. Stack Overflow. It's not a bad place to get some information from. There's so many times I would love to contribute to it, But like, you know, I've been a programmer for 15 years, and just frankly, not many questions I want to ask apart from like the basic stuff to do with the language that, you know, I already know how to code, so I don't really need the complex thing half the time. Even if the answer is wrong, I can be like, actually, it could be right, and just fix it. Anyway. Oh, and we are on just the laptop at the moment, so let's are we? Yeah. So trying to load a YouTube video via the API. It works out of the box, and I put it directly on the page, but try and incorporate it into my JavaScript workflow with modules and webpacks. Okay, I think I've thought of a first question is answered in the comment. No questions in one place. Well, you know what? I might just be able to have like a little.
You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you've been feeling down. You lay awake.
It's interesting, like YouTube are registering their thing globally, so I should be able to use it inside the module. But I can't put the on YouTube API frame ready in the module. Okay. Yeah, I think occasionally. Right. Let's get back over here. I think I'm gonna rip this out. So I'm just gonna have stream.js. Stream.js can register a DOM content loaded. I am happy to point that to my function init page. I kind of prefer the clarity of having that function and attaching it to the event rather than writing it as a closure. Closures are overused, but it makes things problematic. For one thing, if you use a closure for like an event listener, you can't remove that event listener, because if you say remove this closure, then you have to put the code in a second time, and it's not the same function. But if you define the function, then you can say add event listener function, and then you can go, you know what, remove that event listener. But I could actually like start putting that in as a more regular thing. I mean, it's not going to fire a second time, but if I were to put in here, if I wanted to tidy up after myself, do document.remove event listener, and I can like once again say DOM content loaded, and just for consistency's sake, notice there's a double quote, so I rather suspect I copy and pasted that from someone else. I do use double quotes, like if I'm putting in \n and stuff, but not if I'm not. Anyway, and then I could put in an init page, and that would actually detach it once it's run, so it won't be sitting there. So then theoretically the init page can just be tidied away by garbage collection. So, there are advantages to having been a normal programmer, although the whole JavaScript garbage collection thing is a little bit different, but nobody really thinks about it because it's like, web pages are just fire and forget. But that's probably a lot of the reason that Chrome takes up so much memory. It's not specific to Chrome, it's like browsers take up a lot of memory, because JavaScript programming, from what I've seen of it, is not done very well. It's got garbage collection, you don't have to worry about resources. Hey, my browser's like taking up like more gigabytes of memory than anything else on my system just from loading web pages. I'm running inefficient code. Anyway, stop jabbering. So when.x equals new x log a console. Oh, you know, I want that for now. Because that way I can put x.log and that can log stuff, and then if I just take out x.log to console, then I know that if I distribute it, even if I forgot to take the logging out when I was finished with debugging, it means that I can potentially log stuff that I actually want to log and maybe do something with that log without having it pop up on the console to be visible to anyone. You know, you could go into the console and type in window.x.logs and check it, but it's not going to go bink. Developer said to say something, unless I've got that boolean set to true. Anyway, so yes, we want to add the event listeners for button play and button stop, and remove the event listener. But also, once we have created X, oh, and these are just little shortcuts. So you can see that I've got x.g, which is actually, if I look into it, it's actually the grab L. That shouldn't. Surely that's not actually called grab L still in X. Oh no, it's L make. Yeah, okay, grab L. That's fine. That's the grab element. You know, it's just a quicker way of doing document.getElement by ID. I'd rather do x.g personally. It's kind of, you know, along the lines of query, except like doesn't make me go because it's not written in Opus keys. Like, yeah, and it doesn't take, you know, to achieve what I want using jQuery, it's like automatically takes more space than my entire website just to load the module that lets me go $open bracket and then learn a different coding language instead of JavaScript. I'm not really interested in doing that, thanks, especially not when it's like oh, it's not slow, it's computers are fast, it's like lightning. It's like, okay, yeah, but it's slower than just pure native JavaScript by like a factor of multiple powers. And from my perspective, being 10 times slower is still being 10 times slower. I'm not worried about the fact that it only takes 0.1 milliseconds. I'm worried about the fact that it's frickin' 10 times slower. So, yeah. Anyway. Quit whinging about people's decent functional code. And, you know, I haven't got any right to say anything. I'm like, you know, sure, whatever. I haven't got code out there, so I haven't got the right to talk. No, I have the freedom of speech. I'll just, like, other people have that right too, so they can moan at me for moaning about accepted inefficiencies in frickin' everything. Except physics and nature. I'm a Christian. I think God made those. So I think God must be pretty cool because they seem fine. A lot of extraneous stuff that people just know. You know, I know that, therefore I must do that, or we must all do that. You must do that because I know you must do that. Well, yeah, but your knowledge, like that's again like related to the Bible again, though, isn't it? The root of all evil starts at knowledge. What is knowledge? Not many people have defined that, in my opinion. You know, data. Most people believe that knowledge is data, but knowledge is when you know something, which is like believing it, but without having any room for questioning. Like, God doesn't want you to know he exists, he wants you to believe that he exists. Like, well, based on the current evidence that I've got, it seems like God is a good logical guide, in my opinion, but I clearly look at him very differently from everybody else. So far as I've seen, anyway, oh, I just noticed I don't have my Blu-ray glasses on. The problem with being able to see well, you forget to protect your eyes. Anyway, where were we? We were doing document dot body dot append child. No, we're not. that's too long and slow. X.E, which is the LMake shortcut. What are we making? We're making a script. Because like if we do append child, then we have to set a bunch of stuff manually, whereas if we do it with X.E, then we can put an options object in, and we can go attributes, well, A for attributes. We can also put attributes, but A for attributes. And then we can say the attribute source should be set to, well, you know, paste the whole thing in because that's what I copied. And now we'll just set it to big fat fingers hitting multiple keys at once, and then wrong keys. One of the reasons I don't like streaming coding, because nervousness makes me fluff my keyboarding. Okay, so we've got x.e.script, we add the script, and then that way we know that, because like I'm sure I was getting the issue before anyway. So aside from keeping the HTML file, oh, that's a point. That's something I'd been doing previously, wasn't it? I'd been naming these fluffy little bunnykins things like stream.html.php, because there's not really much, you know, it's a full HTML page, and then I would put .frag if it was just like a fragment, not an actual HTML document. So this PHP file is an HTML document. In actual fact, this one is just an HTML document. The only thing about it that is not HTML is the PHP copyright comment. Other than that, it's just spit out an HTML file. Technically, it's a PHP page. Me. Any hoodles. Weirdly, I started saying things like any hoodles. Out of respect for Ned Flanders, I just thought, you know what, sure, I get it, but also, I get it. I diddly do, neighboroonie. I know I'm using. Doodly doo, diddly dee. We're on the wrong tab. So, init page. No, I kind of think we need more than that, don't we? Yeah, we need more than that. Because this function, this on YouTube iframe API ready, ain't gonna cut it. We can't have it. It's unacceptable. It's not allowable. It's in a module, and we can't have it in a module, which sucky doodle doos. And I know this whole this scripts tag is not a real tag, but whatever. So we can just smack that in there. That's a bit different. Not sure I like it. There's no way I want to quote that whole thing now. Well, let's go semi-unlazy and do stream YT init.js. Pull this out here because, like, no, I don't like embedded script like that. I just don't like it. I do not like it, Sam. I am. Okay, so YT main. We don't actually want it to be 100% width and height, do we? Let's go with 70. Oh, 700. That would be ridiculous. I don't know, 70 of both is fine. Video ID, control 0, mode branding, whatever, events. YTV main, not just Y main. YTV. Does that work? Okay, yeah, in the event, it's just text until the event gets fired. So, in the creation, like, it's a bit fiddly. It's kind of sketchy, this, honestly. So in the call that is creating YTV main as a new YT.player, I assign the onReady event, which references x.ytv main. It sets the element to grabbing the element YTV main. And that's fine, just in scripting. I'm not used to it being fine, because normal programming. It wouldn't be. I don't actually want to set an interval that I'm not going to be using. Pardon me. Could turn my mic off. Nah, hassle. It's not defined. Clear it and delete it. Well, it's not getting defined, so I don't actually need most of that code. Could have almost been embeddable. But anyway, let's copy it all again and say YTV tunes 30%, 30%. Hop over here, but that's not what I'm after. I kind of didn't end up going for that. You know, I looked up a Stack Overflow answer and I was like, oh, it's too much jabber about not actually what I'm after. And we got live streaming, video details. Let's start at the beginning. Best gaming mix, that's what it's playing. So V equals Valhuswig, or whatever, I don't know. KSQ sauce C6WA. Oh, this one's different. This one does actually need to be what it was originally. Origins not index. Oh, that's right. It's second.js, which is over here. So I need to go back into player vars with doodly doo. So we change that to X1, and this is list PLV, etc., etc. Oh, and that looks like that is. Yeah, that is the same list that I was using before. I didn't actually need to change that at all, but I did anyway. So I can get rid of this video ID now. And then we want It's On Ready event, not to refer to the YTV main, but the YTV tunes. Okay, and we can go back to our desktop being our primary or entirety. Sure. Assuming my shortcut keys are still working. Just hover over OBS for a second again. Yeah, appear to be. This is a bit elevator music-y, this particular track. Although if you're just watching on YouTube, you can't hear it. I don't know, I might put a link to being able to watch it on my page that I'm theoretically making at the moment. If I finish it and it works. We'll see. Or when I finish it and it works. When I finish it, because if it doesn't work, it's not finished. Diddly-doo. So we've got play and stop. Me. iframe API ready. You know what? I don't need to do all this in here. Do I? That's another reason for... Right, let's cut that. Actually, I'm going to paste it back in, just so I don't lose it. Like, immediately paste it back in. Just below. This is now just a Scratchpad notebook page. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have function on YouTube iframe API ready X dot YouTube ready assign that to true. We'll just pop a new property on our one global object. Which means that actually, and we can let's be just funkadelically inline. Just have it all in one little line. Go into stream.js, and when stream inits page, stream will create window.x, set its log to console property to true, and then it will do element creation of a script tag. Oh, actually, I just realized that is kind of not going to work as it is. But anyway, we'll fix that in a moment. And we don't need any attributes on it, really. We're not putting source in, but T is short for text. So we will set its text content to function on YouTube iframe API ready, X YouTube ready equals true. And what we actually want to do is You know what? Ah, screw it. I will be a pedantic ass. We will tag our scripts tag with an ID of scripts. Oh, that's the wrong one. So we'll grab a permanent reference to window.x.script, so we can always pop a script into the script section if we want to, keep it away from the main section, and anything that we append to the page from modals and shizzle like that. Right, and then what we're doing is window.x.script.append child. That was probably why I had that append child thing in. I was like automatically writing the correct code. And I went, oh, all I need to do is do create an element. Yeah, well, if you create an element, you're not assigning it onto anything that's actually part of the page. So we'll create the YouTube handler once we know that our stuff's initialized, since our handler is going to be dependent on it. And then we will also append child the actual iframe API initialization. Hook up the event listeners. And we have a function called wait YouTube. Play pause button and the stop video button. I kind of want to put in some handling so that if they detect that YTV main and YTV tunes like don't exist, then they could do other stuff. So anyway, in here we can just do window.x. YouTube ready. I think we need an else, don't we? No, we don't need an else because we're doing this as an interval, aren't we? So yeah, anyway. Down here, I'm okay with attaching the event listeners for the play, pause, and the stop video, because, like, those won't cause any problems. I'm tempted to have them initialized disabled, actually. Yeah, let's do that. So in here, we'll just pop in a quick disabled on those buttons. An interesting, like, non-standard form of tagging things is disabled, really. It's like if the attribute exists, even if it doesn't have a value, then, you know, like theoretically it'd be disabled equals true or disabled equals false, but disabled equals false is just like disabled exists, so it's disabled. Kind of like me, it's like, well, I'm just more specific than you, Doctor. And he's like, that cold makes you disabled because you're non-standard. Okay. Sorry. Opinion. I'm not qualified to debug the Doctor. He's, you know, he's asked, do you believe you have any special powers? He said, well, I believe special powers are like intelligence and stuff. But he has special powers, like granted by the Queen and the government, to just lock you up whenever it feels like it. Contravention combined of the Magna Carta. Now, no incarceration without a trial appears, unless we think you might be dangerous to yourself or anyone else. Just like, well, that just applies to all humans. One hell of a loophole. I don't really approve. It's evidence that you need controlling. Well, arguably not. In my opinion. I'm relatively humble, but in all honesty, my opinions don't tend to be, so I can't say in my humble opinion. My opinions can be quite strong. They're very rarely humble. I kind of find them somewhat abashing on occasion. Where were we? Right, we're grabbing the initialization stuff out of this. So this is doing da-di-da-di-da and yada-yada. And then we're doing set interval, aren't we? So the handler is wait YouTube. And the timeout is every second. That'll be fine. No, let's just wait for a tenth of a second. Check every tenth of a second if YouTube is ready. And then, if it is ready, is it clear interval? Yeah, it was clear interval. Oh wait, does this mean this set interval returns a number? Okay. Okay. Oh, there's the alarm. Swipe up. Turn off. Off. Another one at 9:30, 15 minutes. Okay. Alright, well, I'm getting into the flow. Not really getting into the flow, I'm just spending a lot of time. Yeah. Delete. No, just regularly, thanks. So clean up the property that we were using to store the identity number of the interval when the interval is done and ready and fires. And then... Ah! No more and then! Dude. Don't make references on your own. It just makes you weird. Yeah, well, tough. So, YT player. What is the first parameter of YT player, and does it need to be player? Player named YT player. They're just calling that YT player. No, that does need to be the tag, doesn't it? Oh, and that's paused my music. No, it hasn't actually. Oh, next track. Okay. funky. One track down. Oh, I don't think I'm showing both screens. Anyway, we don't really want that or that. It was this that we were looking at. Load iframe player Echo. And yes, YT player was their examples thing. So this actually does need to be YTV main. So we pass in the ID of our element. We're also like sticking a reference to it on our object. So we're going to be using it again later, and like rather not make the computer go search through all the HTML to find it every time. Hang on, in which case, why have I got the on ready event? Because when it's ready, because I'm setting YTV main to the actual YouTube player, so I'm adding in the element as the grabbed ID, because YouTube, so far as I'm aware, I don't know anything about their thing, so it doesn't necessarily have a reference to the actual element on the page, so that's what that's in there for. So I do need that grab, even though they're grabbing on there, but they're not passing it through to be reused. So when I grab something, I'm like, and you don't have to grab it again. So those clear intervals are designed for me to set up an interval and store it as YT monitor. We've got YTV tunes, which is YTV tunes. And I already set that one so that the element of the YTV tunes player is YTV tunes, the element. Okay, so theoretically we are now initializing it with our code for Wait on YouTube in our module. We don't need this stream YT init unit anymore, because we are doing, don't save, we pop open, we delete. Right, so we've got stream.js, we've got stream.html.php, which includes our module stream.js, stream.js, which declares all its shizzle bizzle, and then adds an event listener for when the DOM content is loaded for the init page function. The init page function creates our X global variable, which is the only thing we're importing as a module, and we've got window.x.load. And how I got the page import X from xc8.x, which is correct. Stream.js is in the root, so that's fine. But I haven't got a space after my import. Anywho, where were we? And then we get overridden by a thingy. We hit Control V to make that go away. I spent ages trying to find the command to toggle between the Explorer or that side panel be opening, and I couldn't find any documentation or anything or any command palette things to hide the sidebar. And then I randomly fumble-fingered Control V to paste something in, and it stumbled onto Control V, which bar there, bar not there. I'm guessing that's what that is, but yes, good thing to know about. Anywho. So find our scripts tag, add in a script, which is just a text function on YouTube, iframe API ready, x.youtube ready equals true, and we know that we're in there because we're in a init page, so we've already initialized window.x, set it to log to console, set its scripts property to static fetching of scripts, and then we can append the YouTube iframe API ready, and our little thing should be ready in there. And that will set YouTube ready to true. And And then we set an interval for in here, which is wait on YouTube checked every 100 seconds. And that just checks here to see if window.x.YouTubeReady is true. As soon as it is, it clears the interval and deletes the interval checker. I'm okay with leaving YouTube ready. Shouldn't really be an issue. I'm assuming that clearing the interval out at the beginning of the interval is fine, and they will continue to run. Anyway, so then we do our YTV main equals create that player, YTV tunes equals create that player, and our buttons have started off disabled, so we actually potentially, right, yeah, let's do window.x.button play equals the grab, window.x.button stop equals the grab. That way we've actually got a reference to those. So when we come in here, we can do window.x.button play .remove attribute disabled. Window.x.button stop .remove attribute disabled. Oh, let's go load that. Oh, I've been typing in the background screen. And I clicked on it. Infinite mirror. Sorry, everyone. Should we pop out chat on the side? Okie dokie dokie. And I am just gonna go laptop screen only for a moment and check my emails. Oh right, okay, it's YouTube saying now live on your channel. Working, yeah. Oh, I'm interrupting my stream to get the notification from YouTube that I'm streaming. Okay. I didn't realize. It'll be a bit slow on notifying you that you're live on YouTube. Anyway, let's go desktop. Laptop primary scene. Oh, that's not where I am. I'm here. Refresh. What? Oh, of course. Stream.php doesn't exist anymore. Waiting for cache. Oh, boom. Ooh. I think I need to move those buttons. Did I put... I did... Yeah, these are still fixed position, aren't they? Yes, they are. So that means that, like, if I start resizing this window, they will dynamically resize, and if I view them, like, on a tiny little phone, they'll look terrible. Yeah, whatever. It's like, yeah, kind of what I was after. You know, it's like, it'll do for now. It's not really proper. I'm pretty sure I've got the controls disabled. Ooh, that doesn't work. Ah, that didn't work either. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, okay, definitely need to move those buttons and see if they work. Now, those play buttons shouldn't necessarily really even been there, because I've theoretically initialized these YTV players. So they appear to be, it appears to be initializing correctly. A wait on YouTube event appears to be firing. We do have controls set to 0, so... Anyway... let's go back to stream.html.php, and we'll just do a quick desktop view for one thing. Well, you know, not desktop, but main monitor, whatever. So yeah, I think for now we just need something in for style, for like position fixed, left 0, bottom with 20. Copy that for now. We've just copied one of the ones above. Control that over to there. And so this one's bottom to 0. So we should get play and stop in the bottom left. Nope. Play is in the top left. Right. Okay, I'm guessing it's only bottom 0 that will fix it to that edge then, perhaps? So if I put stops left at 100, I should actually probably specify PX if I'm going to be moving it. Actually, I shouldn't really use PX either, should I? Let's see, so if we're going with font height, let me have a little guess and see what happens if I put the left at like 5 rem. Should be hopefully big enough for the word play in the default font size, which I'm not messing with. That's more than enough, more than enough. Let's drop that to 3 rem and see if it moves it at all. Oh, that's like a little closer than I'd like to. Let's hit play and see what happens. Nothing. Absolutamente nada. Okay, so stream.js should have our thingy. So we've got our play pause. We are logging to console. Let's do x.log. Play clicked. And then I'm not gonna have any chats for a while, so this can just go full screen. Oh, we've got uncut errors, awesome. So I should have had, yeah, I normally have my dev console up, but like the stream chat was taking its place, so. Right, we have some console errors to go remove, which is fine. Remove attribute of undefined at wait YouTube. Have I attached that event first? I've done things slightly. Oh, hear a little popping of my alarm. Oh, which actually makes it pretty much game time, doesn't it? I don't. It's just like a game that I quite enjoy playing. It does require a little bit of maintenance, but it's actually quite good to have some responsibilities. In the form of a game, if you don't have any responsibilities in the form of life. And that is the end of the coffee. So let's sort out these console errors that we're getting and see if they fix the stuff that's not working. So, cannot remove property, remove attributes, stream 124, line 124. It's just there. Really? Got a funny feeling I must have moved something ever so slightly in the unsaved difference. So remove attribute disabled on window.x.buttonplay. So window.x.buttonplay is like there, but I'm guessing that the YouTube. But wait, but how? Okay. So window x dot button play equals x dot grab. I'm sure that I'm grabbing those and adding event listeners to them. So those should be assigned before the interval gets set. Interesting. So I'm guessing, I didn't notice, so I'm guessing set interval is asynchronous. Gotta be. Well, I mean, it also means that document.getElementById is asynchronous. Okay, yeah. Like W3 schools often comes first, and their stuff is easier to read, but it's less complete than the MDN web documentation. Alright, so clear interval and clear out timeout are actually the same thing. So they're sharing a pool of IDs, and yeah, they would work, but it would be less clear. Yeah, but I'm after the information about why I can do a document.getElementById. Oh, hang on. Let me try this. This might be my issue. Ah! Flap up the backspace key. Let me grab window.x. Button play. Grab button play. It's probably fine. I've probably just been doing. It probably just doesn't work in the chaining event, or like, you know, add event listener. Let me just have a quick little peek in its thing. Returns void. So yeah, so by doing my grab and then the add event listener still being on there, instead of grabbing it and then adding the event listener, I was actually not assigning anything to button play and button stop. So that is almost certainly where my issue was, and I don't need to worry about going, well, are these functioning asynchronously? No. Disadvantage of being still relatively new to the language. You know, I did 15 years in Delphi. I'm not I've casually been playing with JavaScript and HTML and PHP and stuff. I did a little bit of stuff with them before for professional requirements, but you know, professional requirements often aren't very thorough because it's like, get this done quickly to get paid is the professional requirement. That's one of the reasons I'm not a massive fan of the professional world, because it's just like quick as possible to get paid as much as possible, and I think that results in a lot of shoddy workmanship when that's your primary driving motivator. So I enjoy working, and I kind of think we were designed to be productive. Yeah, I don't particularly actually care if there's a god, but I still find the belief methodologies described by preferential to achieve a positive outcome. I'm pretty sure they weren't designed by the individuals who wrote them down. There's too much inconsistency in the requests to account for the consistency of the overall bits of message that made it through into the publication decided on by the giant megacorp that assembled it. Sorry, not a massive fan of religion either. Awkward. I suppose that's that's the argument between me and the Doctor, isn't it? I think everyone else is kind of doing most things slightly wrong because they're pretty much just doing what they've been told without thinking about it. And it was like, but no, you're doing it wrong because you're not doing what you've been told without thinking about it. Well, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? No, don't be ridiculous, Nicholas. We aren't going to have any problems. You're mentally disabled, not allowed to work. Okay. Yeah. This would appear to match the problem I said we would have that you said we wouldn't. Anyway, I digress far too often. So, how many errors are we getting now? Failed to execute post message on DOM window. Target origin provided does not match the recipient's window. Origin. Right. Oh, I was getting that anyway, wasn't I? Do these work now? No, that doesn't work. Does that work? Okay, well that is controlling them, but they are not bringing up what I'd like them to. Okay, so we've got our playlist, which is list equals Plivigahak. Plivigahak. Index 1. We've got. So that's this one here. Well, then we get to. Okay, yeah, well, we definitely don't get to. We just inspect a random spot on the page then. Body, main, iframe, Y2B, choose. This is what's taking it all. Why are you showing the console at the same time? Console's there. You can go away, console. So, as accelerometer off. Source, embed, list type equals playlist, and list equals underscore ding equals 1. That is PLV GFF PLV GFF PM8Z. Okay. Underscore ding equals 1. But that's not part. P8Z, and then it should be 8VHX FBSRK. That's what my code is showing. So why? No, that is not being cut off in any way. Oh yes, it is. If I hover over it, okay, so that just that's not an underscore, that's a dot dot dot. Right. Okay. In which case, why is it not working? Origin document dot location dot host. I mean, we are getting this failed to execute post message on DOM window, target origin provided does not match recipient's window origin, https://this.pc. Go back to elements. Let's show that. How do I get you to, like, expand recursively? No. Not quite what I was after. Okay, so this has actually got the... Is that... This has got... Okay, origin... HTTPS... This... .pc and enable JS API equals 1, widget ID equals 2. So yeah, it's kind of awkward. The origin thing doesn't seem to work. But it was working before, so what was this? This is an error occurred. Please try again later. When the world is getting darker, just 2 NHK TZA6. Let's click learn more on that. Let's see. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in this way. The thing is, I've got a funny feeling that I did actually get this the first time as well, and then at some point tweaking something about it changed it. So let us have a little look-see on primary screen at second. Let's have a look at second.php. We've just got div ID player, and yeah, second.js. Pretty much identical. Player values, list type, playlist, list equals same list, index, thingy, smingy, jingy. Okay, let's have a little. What happens if I... Second.php isn't really... I just grabbed it and moved it to history. It is referencing index.js. I'll change that to second.js. Move second into the JavaScript folder. Move PHP into the public folder. Then come back to my... I'm going to leave that open. Start a new tab. Okay, well this is working even less well. Oh, well, for one thing. Right, if I bring it, there's going to be loads of console errors because I've like changed. Yeah, I've changed like all the supporting stuff. Yeah, and X is now a module, and these have all been moved, so it's like kind of annoying actually that it's returning my main HTML document if they reference anything that doesn't exist. That is not exactly working as intended. Oh no, it kind of is working as intended though, isn't it? Because it's to do with my htaccess file, which is set up with a rewrite condition to redirect anything that's not a physical file to index.php, so it is working as intended. I just haven't set up my routing stuff on here, so it doesn't handle it. You know, that index.php should be my routing package. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's time for a quick little semi-break where I pop open thingamajiggy, let's see me poke it, and do my morning maintenance on Elvenar. Okay. I'll just put it on the second monitor while I do my login. It's rather annoying, actually, because I started playing on PC and I like playing on, just browser. It's a browser game, but it's also a mobile game. So I got it installed on my mobile. But then every time you connect on your mobile, it kicks you off your session on your PC. Like, you don't have to be logged into both, but if you log in on your browser, then it'll keep you logged in for like a couple of weeks or a month or whatever before it says session expired, but boom, you gotta log back in again on your computer. Shouldn't really be necessary, but whatever, currently is. I do like modern music. I'm an EDM fan. Shocking. Used to be very rock and alternative. Right, is everything connected? It's just got to start the next round off. And I'm busy, so I want to upgrade you. Got enough to be getting on with one other. However, you've got to be moved and upgraded. Although you have space around you, it's not down and left around you. And a house as well. So we're going to need more houses to be more upgraded soon. Right, and then start picking stuff off. So we're going for a 3-hour cycle. I'm not going to go for like a night, 3-hour cycle is fine for during the day for goods manufacture. And I can't really, sometimes I can be bothered. I can frequently be bothered to come back and redo the workshops every hour because it really doesn't take long and you get quite a bit more supplies. But if I'm focusing on programming, then more than every 3 hours becomes an annoyance and a distraction and interrupts flow. And since I'm streaming, I'm not going to check my messages because, you know, could be something private in there. There's my army camp. Not terribly healthy. But okay, so treants and range golems or whatever they are both equal. So we will start alternating their training. After that, yeah, we still need to get the sorceress, so we'll get those slot up to 10, and get her up to 10, and then we'll start, we'll take archers up to 15, and then we'll take them up to 15. Oh, and I've hit 10 knowledge points. I prefer not to hit 10 knowledge points. It must have just happened though. I saw it was on 9, but I thought I would have had a few minutes there. But if you hit 10, then it stops you heading towards the next one. So when you spend it, it immediately starts at an hour. So anyway, no biggie. So it was only 9 when I logged in, so I can't have missed much time on it. Oh no! Oh yeah, I could have kicked myself up to like 50 minutes. Yeah, because I collected. It was collecting the knowledge point from my ancient one. No, from my carting library. No, Ancient Wonder. Hey, someone's contributed to my Ancient Wonder. I should contribute back. Which, like, you know, they've got this like lovely men. I can't really be bothered to visit them, so I'll go. They're in my fellowship, so I'll just view fellowship members. Doodly doodly doo doo doo. Find them in here. Hit the Ancient Wonders button. It's much quicker to find, like, okay, so they don't have a favorite. Okay, but the sanctuary's in the rune phase. So I don't know what that is. But I can contribute to their Golden Abyss. I just think it's fair to contribute back. And also, there's also the potential. I don't have the Golden Abyss yet, but I'm their top contributor, so I'll check back on their Golden Abyss and try and stay the top contributor so that I get the rune shards for the Golden Abyss. The second, oh, you do get. So second, so you get some of Golden Abyss ones. It's not always the case. Second place does not always give you a rune for it. Anyway, that's yeah, all done for now. Should have made a back row on my other things because now I can't. Why not work? Well, that's not going to help. And these aren't loading. And like this one's going by video ID anyway, isn't it? Interesting. So that was my. It's actually QO_8, but because it was an 8 right before an and, I just didn't see it. So maybe that one should be working. Maybe it's just the playlist one that I've got wrong. Okay, so yeah. Oh, so that is the other day's recording. Awesome, So it's just the playlist that's not working. So if I do play, right up. Anyway, okay. Was I? Yeah, I was only showing my primary desktop. Alright. Doing stuff on a screen you can't see. How rude. So yeah. Player of ours is there. So this should be terminating there. That's fine. And we've got. Let's line this up a bit better. So we've got BG player versus. When you don't have bloody up and down by one, that's just frustrating. There we go, they're aligned. So, initiate the player, set the width, set the height, set the player bars, set the list height of the playlist, set the list to the list value, set the index within the list, set the control to 0, modest branding to 1, plays in origin to document.location.host, which doesn't necessarily seem to work. I don't really need to be logging play clicked. Oh, especially not if it's actually like play pause. Making sure it got in there. Ugh. It's really not a descriptive thing. Well, that's an interesting possibility. Let me. Okay, no, I've already got shields down. So my brave shields shouldn't be affecting the playback. Okay, I don't need that search on select content to play, loading a playlist. Set the list type player parameter to playlist. Again, I am active on the page that I'm not showing. go have another look-see. There it is, this. That all looks fine to me. A lot of content in there. A lot more than shows. If I grab their outer HTML and just like stick it into the bottom of one of my files for a minute. Break it up a bit. Yeah, okay, so their video doesn't have any like of the information in it, but I suppose it wouldn't, since this one apparently doesn't actually link to a video for some reason. This playlist is public, right? Change. Switch account. It's kind of not exactly where I want it to be. Come on. You had a click icon a minute ago. You are clickable. Just a computer. Yeah. Public.
Just me and you, light it up on the run. Let's make love tonight. Till
Well, that's immediately showing, and that's not. Let's try.
We're shaped like a jacket, so do yours is. We would roll down the rapids to find a way that fits.
Try another one of our own playlists.
I wanna touch you, baby. I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunrise.
Also public.
Just me and you.
Oops.
Light it up on the run. Let's make love tonight. But you'll never be alone. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Baby, I'm right here. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn.
Made that too wide. That's better. Oh, that appears to have loaded okay. So apparently it is. No wonder I'm confused. Okay, so if I go. Oh gosh, that's slow.
Like a god in the sky.
Come on. Thank you!
Like I'm never gonna die.
But I still. That looks.
Forever in your
That's still. That looks like exactly what I had before.
from the end to the start. That's what we do.
So just for a giggle, I'm gonna paste it in
The human race is what we do for.
directly above my commented out. No, it's not the same. So it's GFFP. Up to there it's the same, and it's M8ZBVHX. It still ends in MSX44HCK or 0MWRK. It's got the FPS, it's got the VHX, it's got the ZB8, the capital FPM. Right, so the problem with my previous one is that it's PLVGF, PLVGFF, PLVGFF. Somehow copy and paste error as some. It's not a healthy attitude, and it was a giggle thing which I got introduced to in the programming world, which was worth a giggle. Like, it doesn't matter who introduced it. Nowhere where I worked used it. I was just introduced to it as something that had been heard of within the industry. And that is, like, someone at one of the places I worked at, one of the previous places they worked, referred to it as a UTS error. So they were like, oh, it sounds like a UTS error, but it was only an internal thing, and it was an internal thing at an unknown company that I don't know of, nowhere that I ever worked, referred to UTS errors at all. But they do happen, and you can quietly, privately recognize them, and they are frustrating. A UTS error is a user too stupid error, and they do happen, where it's like, oh my god, you have to talk the person through until they get it, and you know, it happens. Anywho, I should get off of that content. Do a refresh on my page and see if using the correct playlist link will show the correct playlist. It would appear it has, and Play should play them both, and it does.
Right, okay, recording.
Can I control their volumes independently? That is the next question. That was really not good. So obviously I've still got an actual playlist playing, so then when the same playlist starts playing on a different track at a different time index, it doesn't sound good. Okay, so even though I've got no controls and modest branding, modest branding doesn't show it while you're playing, and I do approve of like showing the YouTube track, and it's actually quite nice that it does include the control for the watch later, even though it hasn't got the play, pause, etc. And it gives them the option to share it and have more videos links, so I think that's more than fair. Anyway, I wonder if I can. So the next, so I can hook up a link like this for a posterity purpose. I can do that with this stream, potentially. 10:15. I'm getting picked up by my parents to stay with them for the weekend in a couple of hours, so I better like get dressed and get ready and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm not dressed yet. How embarrassing is that? Yeah, the infinite mirror echo. But, you know, I'm just in the bottom corner. Hi. Bye. I think we're done for now. Got like the basics of the ability to put a page up like that. I'll like stick it up and then. Well, I suppose now it would be much wiser, really, wouldn't it, to see if I can link it to my stream while I'm streaming. And then, theoretically, if I get that page up, I can put a live stream page up and give myself the ability to paste in a playlist ID to attach a new YouTube player to. Probably, but first off, let's check that ability to make this mainstream window YTV main, not YTV tunes. Can I hook that to my stream? We have live stream. Working on live stream. Yeah, I'm not worried about the settings and stuff. Don't tend to stream like before. Stream settings have moved. Well, I'm presuming they're kind of like these. So stream URL. That's for broadcasting though, isn't it? So, no, it's not a 360 video. I don't care about any of those things. I want to know where I would want to go if I were to tune in. I don't care about the analytics. I don't care about the stream health. Let me do a Google search. Embed YouTube stream. Is that possible? It's not a video ID. YouTube. Switch the stream to Unlisted Republic. Navigate to the watch page and click share. Yeah, what's my watch page, dude? Stream. Manage. Create highlight video. Add stream marker. Share. Oh, now it says it's not receiving enough video to maintain. Well, I suppose that's just something I'm going to have to deal with like being on 4G. Let's have a little look see at this share option then. So, share link. Copy link. I don't really want the whole link, dude. I just want that bit of it, but you won't give me just the bit I want. Fine. I need to come in here, go to video ID. Paste in a whole bunch of stuff that I don't need, as well as a bit that I do. Go to the beginning, get rid of most of it. Or quote most of it by mistake. Yeah, that's actually quite a good feature. Oh, for Pete's sake! And then see if that actually hooks up to my stream. I'm guessing, like, theoretically it's just a video.